Alright. At least to motivate me. Because I'm still working on ideas and whether or not I will even want to keep that bus going. Decisions. I guess we can relax, though. Let's see. I do have that down there. Is there anything else around that area that I need to maneuver? No. Alright. Right, we're going to do a line with the concrete barriers. CNC blocks. So a single one down as well. We do have a short one, too. We've already established those. It's just a matter of... what do I want to do? And then there is a bit of a bend right there. So actually, we're probably just going to keep that as is. And instead... continue that one. Alright. Now we just build on the edge until we get that going. This doesn't look like DayZ? Well, it's DayZ. Don't know what to tell you. I just know for a fact this one, like, the sound is really weird in this one, so that's okay. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and set that up. And we'll continue with this. There's a few different things I want to build tonight, just so I can finish it. Actually, we're going to have it hug the road, and then I want to check that other thing. Honestly, to that range, that should be fine. I mean... yeah, no, that's good. Nothing's floating on the wall. Something I do want to look over to, though, is, here. I know this thing's sound is really weird, too. I'm not sure if you guys hear the music, so... here's hoping. Here, if anything, actually, let me look at the sound design real quick. Because this, I don't know why, but my sound for DayZ right now is really, really weird. So let's lower that, yeah. yeah, Hero, I know. But I think that's just part of the editor. So actually, this right here is fine, cool. And then this should still be perfectly enterable. It's just you can't, yeah, you can't sneak out that way. That's by design, so... here. Actually, I'm going to BRB one second. I gotta deal with something. let's look back. You're saying the sandbags are floating? I mean, yeah, very slightly. We'll fix that. I think everything else, I know I spent a few good minutes actually like clipping all these, making sure the Heskos were fine. Believe the tent is also slightly floating, so that needs a slight little thing of rotation downward. So let's go ahead and do that. That would be home. Hit the map key, that resets that. Okay, so God, what are you again? That would be like a -6 instead then. And that should curve it out right. And then this one we just need to lower those sandbags slightly. That should fix that one angle. Yeah, that's clipping in. All right. And then the 10, let's lower that one slightly. Get that so it's slightly clipping into the ground. So if anything, it's actually rotated slightly on the left. So that would be a what? Be a -1. I think would even it out. It's hard to tell with the grass in all honesty, but I think that's low enough. Yeah, so it's right on the ground there. That's good. All right. I mean, realistically, for a checkpoint, that is what I want because its job is to maintain that bridge. I don't think I need any Heskos with it. We just use a combination of concrete and stuff. Let's actually get it going like this. So I can set up some additional stuff here. Just to be on the route. So I'm going to need that one single unit again. And then I can put a double concrete on the road to block it off slightly. Perfect. Yeah, something like that. Hi, Tootie. How are you doing? This is something brand new, actually. It's only been out for a few months. But this is how we added a bunch of custom buildings to the Molsk, for example. What do I want to look at? Oh, I gotta be careful because there's certain buttons that'll screw up my config there, but I need to go... Let's try the airfield, actually. I'm looking for some helipads. And I might not be able to find any. I might have to go to Chernarus for it. Because I don't see any helipads, which then again, they're also floor textures, so I might not be able to find those. Let me try the radar station. Yeah, the camera's getting a little messy. Let me go ahead. Default. Cool. Yeah, I don't see a helipad texture. And I'd like a helipad texture. Let's try the military base here. Yeah, but it's not coming up as something that I have. So if I were to do, let me try helipad. Yeah, I don't have a helipad. Oh, yes, I do. Perfect. I mean, it's not a civilian one that I want, but I'll need it for the sake of what I want to work with it. So let's go back over here. Because I'm trying to build something right here. As you can see, I have a lot of stuff placed right here already. I was debating making them out of ramparts, but I don't really want to do that. Oh, that's cute. Alright, that should be good. I guess we should make them out of Hesko blocks. That would be our best bet. Ah, freaking fruit fly flying by my face. Something about that distance. There's a slight clip. Let me adjust that real quick. Now I'm just debating how I want this to look with the final product. This will probably take me like 2 hours to build, to be honest. No, we're not going to do a heli mod. I'm just building some of the custom areas that we have in lore. These are at least the ones that I want to know, like, be known publicly. There's going to be a few that I don't want people to know about, and I'm not going to stream. For example, Frost has the perimeter wall done. We're going to make some adjustments to it, but that one I'm not going to show you guys where the actual map border is for the sake of fairness. There's going to be quite a few secret areas, which you'll have to go through lore documents that you find on the server to figure out where they are, which I kind of like. All right, let's move that to a -5. Here's the thing about this. We have to place each piece manually, and that is where this is going to be quite painful. But we'll make it work. And I don't think there's a way to do grass cutting either, which is hilarious, but that's okay. Yeah, that's what I want. All right, let's do 5. Getting these rotations right is also going to be a bit of a bitch. Let's do 2. Is it clipping in the ground right there? Is that why? I think it is slightly. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's rotate her to 2 as well. Yeah. Getting them all level because this area is slightly uneven. Yeah, we're going to have some fun stuff at the secret spots. Definitely. See, this ground is pretty level, so... What are all these sections anyway? I think, yeah, that's meant to be... So does this put grass on? Yes, it does. Okay. Yeah, we don't want that. We want the opposite of that, to be perfectly honest. But does the delete key work on grass? No, it does not. So yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't let me redo that. That's okay. I'm still learning with this thing. Let's make it a 3rd one across. That way I can have plenty of distance for the chopper here. And then one thing I still need to look up is how to edit individual areas' loot points. If not, Essaker seems to also have some single textures for loot planes that I can use in place of that. So that will be nice, just in case that's still borked. You know, actually, what would be better? Do I have a small age barrier? Yes, I do. Let's do it like this instead, where we put one in the middle like that, and that way there's 2 entryways. The chopper in itself right here, let's move that slightly towards the center. The MI8's going to be a little bit bigger, but I think we can make that work. What the? Okay. No. Hold up. That's not what I wanted. Hold up. So if I... Oh, that's weird. So it's a little off-rotate. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, hold up. Yeah, no, we want to do that as an individual piece there. So let's lower that one in the ground slightly, lower this one in the ground slightly. We want to adjust it so it's covering like that. And then we'll do size differentiation when we have the full thing made. There's a lot of different things we gotta build here. And what's annoying is, you know, I'm so used to the Eden editor and doing things that way, so doing it on a completely new system can be a little messy, to say the least. So we're sinking it to the ground until we see that the, since I already angled all these with the terrain, until that part goes away. So now, hypothetically, if I copy all of you, and then paste all of you, yeah, we can do that. So we're gonna need to do individual lineups and rotation. Can I lift you up slightly? Yes, but I need to change one of your coefficients here. So let's adjust that to 4. And that gets you sunk back in the ground partially. That's okay. Doesn't have to be exact, mind you, but, you know, closer is better. But here, if I hit T, let's actually look at it from below. And again, my sound gets bugged when I use the editor, so I just have music going. No snapping? Nah. So, I mean, that I'll have to edit here, but yeah, no, this is a good amount of room. Chopper, I need to actually sink into the ground a little bit there. But it looks like all the Heskos are fine. As long as you can, like, crouch behind the Heskos. That's what I'm going for here. They get a little high right here, though, but I actually don't mind that. Because these are the smaller ones. If they were the big boxes, then yeah, like those over there, I'd want to make sure, like, standing, you'd be covered. But that should be fine. All right, let me go ahead. Lower you slightly. That is not what I wanted. I want you. Yep. Get that into the skids. There will be a little bit of clipping down on the ground, but that's fine. But now we have to... I could turn on magnetic, but I found that just doing it manually is a little more accurate. So I just do it that way. Now, another thing I'm going to have to do is find a way to rotate him. Got that freaking out. Might even change his angle a little bit, actually. So... no, that's not what I want. Let's set that to 0, and this we can have go to... let's do -4. That should even her out a little bit. Just gotta be really careful and save often with this, because this thing is also very prone to crashing. Yeah, that should be good. Let's finish up the Hesko barrier work and then adjust it as needed. But I think we should be good here. This Hesko's still a little high. Yeah, that's because this one's a little high. So it's gonna be a little uneven in terms of, no, actually, no, that's good, that's good. Cool. And we just lower these. And I think the rest of those should be good, so let's go ahead. Have a look around here. And this chopper you should be able to get into. That door is floating a little bit, but, I mean, this is... yeah, the chopper itself is fine. I could curve it a little to the left to compensate for that one issue. So let's do that. I toggle the map in and out until it gives me my cursor back. That would be... you. Let's toggle her by a factor of 4 there, just 4 degrees. She's still floating a little bit, but if I sink her into the ground to the point that lands... I don't mind if the tail's up a little bit. It's just that door is the big issue here. It's a little higher than it should be. So I'm going to curve her another 2 degrees. Let's put it on 6. And we can do something like that. Yeah, it's partially in the ground, but I think that's the best bet we're going to have here. And it keeps the tail in the ground as well to help signify that wreck. And the reason it's like this is because this is like a slightly curved area anyway. But yeah, no, like coming through here, you have to crouch. Cockpit's slightly in the ground, that's fine. I think that's good for what it is. I could raise it a little bit, but again, it's just because this patch of dirt is a little awkward in terms of placement. Let's go ahead and look at the Hesko barriers here. The 3 short's fine. If I crouch, I'm still covered. Yeah, that's good. Damn, I look good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I wonder how bad the grass is murdering my bit rate right now, though, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, that should be fine. Now I just need to make the next few modules here for what I want to work with. Because this is meant to be an evac site. So if this is being held by 2 squads, what we're going to need is another HESCO perimeter. Let's do our internals first, though. So I need like a company command tent, which we can put about right here. And there's the back entrance now. Again, the immediate issue here is that the ground is not level at all here. So we're going to have to curve it slightly with the ground. Though we do have it on a little bit of a hill, so it lets us get away with it, but yeah, that curvature is a little annoying. So let's go ahead. No, that's not the degree we want to do it on. We want to do it at, that's the wrong box. Let's put it at a 3.5 and see how leveled that is. So the grass should hopefully be deleted. Still a little bit of clipping on the top, but that's a lot more manageable. Let's try it on 4. Yeah, so now we can just raise it slightly, and the ground that's on its foundation helps to kind of elevate it there, but let's have a look. Again, piece by piece. Welcome to how painful this is. Ah, that's an issue. So the foundation's fine, but the actual pegs of the tent float. Why would you do something like that? Why would you give it a foundation but not make the tent pegs line up with set? Design choices. I disagree with how some people make models sometimes, because they don't think about these things. So I have to line those up, which means that's going to still go into the ground. So let's adjust that to half a degree, 4.5. I mean, as long as the pegs go into the grass, I don't think anyone's going to care. They still float right there, though. So what I might have to do is a 90-degree turn like this. And then reset her to 0 just to see where her outlying coefficient is. We're going to have to do a sideways turn for that one area, which is going to extend the size, but that's a-okay. All right. So from there, we now need to do it at a different turn here. So 4, let's do -2. And see how that levels. Let's do -2.5. Because I'm still seeing some clipping in there, and I'm a bit of a perfectionist when it comes to that. How do the pegs look outside? So those ones are sinking into the ground fine. These ones are slightly floating, but it doesn't matter. I just don't want it to be too obvious. Yeah. We could do it by another ½ degree, I think. So let's do 3. And that should help level all of that. Yeah. Okay, so with that done, let's get some big tents here and set them up accordingly. So here, I like to have it slightly down there so you can actually see in real time where this gets adjusted, which is, in my opinion, amazing. So you can make those course corrections without having to let it, you know, render. Which, again, absolutely love. So it's still slightly high on that, so let's do 4.5, and that should help elevate it. So we'll do 1 tent right there. We'll do another tent over here. But what's also nice is they come with all the furniture inside, so I can just set it that way. And then for the opposite, I would just do that. And let's look at it. A little high up there. So let's put it on 5. Slightly more, let's do 5.2. And yeah, Yasuhiro, I mean, this is another step into doing DayZ ops in Arma, Arma 3 style ops in DayZ. The thought has crossed my mind. And instead we do mutant stuff. So you might actually see something in a few months if I can get some people together. Because we could technically build our own AOs. And someone did ask with the new Essaker build if I'd be doing something related to Arma 3 about, and I told them no, but it is an interesting thought to have like a strike team with a helicopter, like land, go clear out a custom compound, and then RTB. I'm debating it. I would put it on the shelf, though. There's a few other things I want to get done first, but it would be theoretically possible. But at these days, I only do stuff that I want to do on my channel these days, you know? Like, just for the hell of it. But it is something that could potentially happen. So now what I'm thinking about is making a HESCO barrier around one entryway right here. We put some wreck textures of cars on the road to sanctify it. I also need, there's a radio antenna texture I want to grab, yes. I want to put that in front right here, because this is meant to be like a command position. Basically what I'm trying to build is, you know, we already have a checkpoint right here. So I've tied that into my lore. We've got another checkpoint over here, another checkpoint over here, and this is the evac zone. Spawn zones are going to be to the north. We've already fenced in everything. That's going to be a permanent gas zone. We've got some areas marked for possible gas zones, and we've done a lot of, well, okay. So Frost did a lot of building already. I'm doing some of the building, but I did all the lore write-up, and now we're using another mod to basically import these lore documents to put them on the thing. This is floating slightly, but yeah. That's fine. The issue is if we sink it like that, I just want to make sure it doesn't clip into the ground. But if the float's too much, then, you know, it looks awkward. But, I mean, you were able to perfectly walk into it fine, so it doesn't matter. But now we just have to build, like, an actual HESCO perimeter wall. And that's where things are going to get slightly interesting. I think we're going to do the big pieces, though. And then I'm going to do a little bit of touch-up with some bodies. But this is where I just want to get everything proper. That's the wrong one. 5. Let's do -4. That should help sync it. But yeah, no, these I want to be a pretty big obstacle here. Cool. I mean, for these compounds to be pretty simple anyway. And then I can always go back, like, in the final phases and add some detail, trash piles, all that other fun stuff. I'm just trying to get the basic foundations done first, which is always a pain in the butt. Getting it lined up from so many different camera views. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. So we're basically just going to build a big perimeter here. The one thing I've already noticed, though, is that this is slightly misaligned. So let me go ahead and reset that real quick. To go like that. bit in the length here. So now these are going to need to be curved slightly, so I need to reset them one way. And then set them a different. And they have to be rotated properly because they're already turned on one side. So, yep, that should match the wall. So all of these should theoretically be the same rotation. I should be fine, but, you know, just in case. I'm also noticing that these do not like to line up properly. So we are having some slight gaps, but as long as they're in the middle of their reference points touching, then it should be fine, theoretically. Theoretically. Alright. So I'm just literally going to have that be a border. Another thing is I don't really want to make this too grandiose because I have to consider every time I put something down, you can get more loot from it. The choppers are going to spawn loot. They're going to be on a different pool than actual crash chopper sites because that would be OP. Since this is the spawn area, it would be like police gear loot and, you know, maybe some UMP5s and stuff. So like, you know, up to tier 2 perhaps, maybe a Mosin, but nothing too crazy here, which makes sense because this is, in the lore, this is where they were evacuating the civilians after a gas attack that happened on the airfield. And we made it very topical, too. This is, you know, during tensions being high, because it's, Essaker is kind of modeled off of Ukraine. Which I want to say for the record, we decided to do Essaker, or Frosted at least, and then I just made a story around it. My camera's also janked again, 1 second. It's because sometimes you use your scroll wheel and it messes with the camera settings, so you just hit OK. And it basically it toggles your field of view in and out. So I just got to reset that sometimes. But how's that looking from here? Let's have a look. Oh yeah. And I mean, you can still climb on this, but I want this to be like an actual border with only one entryway, because that's the whole point. But yeah, no, this looks good. And then we're going to have like ditches and piles of zombies around it and stuff, because this was literally just meant to put people on choppers and to otherwise have them wait on the perimeter. So that's perfect for what I want. And I'm going to continue building piece by piece. I mean, they're all on the same rotationary widget. So technically, I could build them in a few chunks. Let's actually get that going. I might put another tent up here for the hell of it. But what I'm slightly concerned about is it is because the ground's starting to rise up here. It's slightly sinking to the ground, so I am going to rise these up a little bit. I could have them naturally turn in instead, but I think we're just going to haphazardly place them because this was also meant to be kind of a, you know, a last-minute place sort of objective area, so I'm okay with that. If it was something more permanent, then I'd give it a bit better detail. But, you know, the whole point of storytelling is to, you know, intentionally pick your details sometimes, so. I think, yeah, no, we could totally do some, another tent or two over here. I wouldn't mind that one bit. Let's finish the perimeter first and then see what I want to add. I just have to make sure I do the wall the right way on both sides, otherwise I'm going to end up making a line of stuff that won't properly fit. So we're going to need some downward rotation here, so I'm actually going to copy that piece and move it up here. And then I might actually grab some deer stands and use them as the perimeter stuff. And then see what I can do about replacing some of the Heskos with these two. So actually, if anything, let me delete you. This should be interesting. perfect. Yeah, for perimeter's sake, we'd have these towers on the sides here. Sink those in the ground. It is different HESCO blocks, but that's okay, because all these are for is simply Overwatch. Which, again, is going to add more military loot procting, but that's fine. It just means this is going to be a hot zone for people that spawn to kill each other. And again, perfectly okay with that. This one is going to be a +8, because we have to flip it over because of the entryway. Now, am I aligning... What? What? Why did you get deleted when I moved you? Freaking weird. Yeah, this, again, the editor is filled with a lot of interesting glitches. So let's just make sure that's unselected. And let's also give it a quick save real quick. It auto-saves too, but, you know, just to play it safe. Now we're going to do it that way. I'm going to rotate it around. Cool. And now we're just going to get a line going of that. I might have to do some rotationary stuff here as well. Let's do -3. No, actually, we still need it to be 3. I just need it to be something higher here. There we go. Actually, needs another one. Let's try 6 degrees to see if that has it. Yep. All right, cool. And how many down is this going to be? We're going to do 4. I'm probably going to put a 4th one there as well, but for now, we're just sticking to the perimeter. This might actually need something a little higher. Let's do 8. Let's do 7.5, actually. It looks more like a 7.5 eyeball. Yeah, perfect. Lower that slightly. Yeah, now it's starting to even out, so let's set it back at 0 and see where that goes. Yeah, no, that's fine. A little bit of a gap right there. That's okay. I'm okay with that. And then we got one more where it starts going the other one. So that would probably be a negative coefficient. Let's try -4. That looks good. All right, now we have to make a line with that. Also, I just realized this over here. You can see that from up there. Let's sink these into the ground a little more to kind of compensate for that. Then again, no one's going to see it from the sky. They're going to be on the ground, but it's little details that I get anal about. Let's have a look. Yeah. No, that's good. So yeah, this space we're going to have to do something with. Probably some more tents. I can look at the tents I've spawned up there. I can also have a spot for cargo stuff, cargo containers and whatnot. That's another infill option I have. Otherwise, this is looking pretty good. Again, what I'm going for is standing. It's supposed to conceal me while standing, and that's exactly what it's doing. So that's good. That's good. That's good. Toggle our map, and we should be good. Now we just have to focus on a perimeter wall right there. I'm going to move him back a little bit. And now we just have to seal that. So how did we seal this one? I'm thinking let's rotate these now since they're already here because I want to do that. So honestly, just negative. I think it was negative. What coefficient were you? You were -4. Okay, so actually, we might not even need it to be that tough, but let's try -6. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, so that's good. Now let's go over here, adjust this one. I might put a deer stand Actually, real quick, what was your coefficient? -4. Let's try that. Yeah, this texture's slightly different, so we gotta put it over here instead to make it align properly. Did that? No, that's turning you a different direction. Here, now again, you gotta put it up there so you can actually see it rotate. So if I put the -5 here, there we go, okay. But it's going the opposite direction, so we want it to be a regular 5. There we go. And that sinks everything into the ground properly on that edge, which is nice. And that's lined up. All right. So now there's supposed to be another HESCO barrier there. God damn it. I think I'm out of undos. Okay, well, screwed myself there. It's fine. It's at a -4 coefficient anyway, I think. Or did that just rotate you in the wrong place? It rotated you in the wrong place. Let's try that. Alright, now we can line that up with this. Again, we want to see everything even to the best of our ability. Let me do a -3.5 to line up that top value a little better. And then this, let's line that up a little more. Like that. Cool. Alright. Now we just need to build that one thing, and immediately my mind just goes, well, why don't we just do it the easy way and correct it later? Let's copy all of these. God damn it. Not that button config. Grab all these. Control-C, Control-V. And then I literally just rotate it on the other side to match the curve. And then we line it up with the top piece there. Lower it. It's a little messy, but it works, and I'm lazy, so let's do it piece by piece until we see the dirt. We want to raise it until we start seeing the dirt on the corners. And again, this can be haphazardly placed because it matches with our lore. It doesn't... How do you not reach the other end properly? That's why, because you're slightly rotated off of the... I see. Okay, so we need to fix that. Because I want it to at least look even. Oh my god, it just made a drag box. Alright, let's try that again. I need to do it in a way. Oh, wait. So if I just blanket... Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Okay, as long as I get the selection box over it at one point, it registers it. That's really cool and really convenient. Awesome. All right, now we just need to make an opening here. So I'm thinking making it like one block. Like, make it super simple, do one block. If anything, we can also curve these slightly, which is going to be a slight issue. So let's curve these slightly open, and then we can add some, like, additional fortification. Some sandbag stuff, too. So, hell, let me just copy you. Put you in the same boat, manually align you. I will want to do a slight rotation to you, though. It won't be 2, it'll be... Let's do 2 there. -2. Cool. And then sink you into the ground. So that's the opening. I do want a 3 block or a 4 block here. Or no. Where's our bunker? Yeah, so we can do 2 things of sandbags and a bunker there. There she is. So that would be this placed that way, and then 2, we'll do some flanking sandbags, but That's not what we want. We want... Let's do a 4. And then sink her into the ground. And then for this one, that would be 4. Set her to 0. Realign her slightly. Yep, and then right there. Okay. So that gives us some room for another pair of tents and then some cargo boxes. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take this tent. I'm going to make 2 more lines of tents here. Oh, we might actually not have enough room for that. So 1 more tent, I mean, that's fine. And then we can just do some cargo boxes. So let me put her right there so I can see her when I rotate her. Click. That's not where we want to do. We want to do it here. The 5 is not enough. 6 is not enough. 7 might be what we're looking for. And again, we gotta get it sunk into the ground slightly. How does that look? Okay, so the entire thing is clipping, but it's still, we're still at a, see how half of it's rotated like that? So let's try 8. Okay, no, not 77. Okay, putting it at 1 there helped even it all out. Now we can raise it slightly. And now is it still floating right here? I mean, yeah, but it's barely noticeable. It's actually not really floating at all. So if I sink it into the ground a little further, then it starts clipping. So I think that's the best we're going to have to get there. And then I'm thinking, let's do our cargo containers here. And this is where things are actually going to get really messy for that lineup, because we are going to be rotating them over yonder like crazy, so... Alright, now the real fun begins. Let's try 6 and... Still get something right there, so let's try 7 and 7. Okay. That might be what we want. Perfect. All right. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's a slight height differential there. I'm just gonna keep it as is. Shut up, Yasuhiro. Goober. I could add some camo netting in here too, but nah. I like how there's pallet flooring for these. Slight clip right here, but that doesn't really matter. Little uneven, but I don't feel like smoothing that out. Plus, I mean, this isn't a valley. Like, you got a kill zone over there, you got a slight kill zone over there for the other side. It works out. Oh, that's perfect. And there's no way to tell if this thing's floating or not, to be perfectly honest. Coming out of the grass, that's the texture underneath. For DayZ standards, this is pretty nice. Yeah, and then that's all like tied to medical. So yeah. And then there's room, we can always put some garbage in here and some other stuff. So this is all pretty good. I might add a camo net to the front. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Let's do a camo net towards the front right there. And then we can always, like, put some garbage on it later or something. We're going to want to do a slight rotation because that looks a little awkward. So let's go ahead. Let's do a 3 proct rotation. Just because if it's not, then it looks a little eerie, you know? Something right there, and, I mean, for now, I can just leave that as blank. But let's do some of our outside texturing. That's where this is going to get fun, because I want to basically put a bunch of roadblocks down. Not roadblocks, you mean like vehicle wrecks down, all that fun stuff. Yeah, here's the loot planes, too. That I'm going to add later after we see what spawns on the map with it, and adjust everything accordingly. Will there be third person for the DayZ server? No. No. That makes PvP too easy. Now this is where things get fun. Yeah, is this an 8 or a 15 meter gig? Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we? You gotta give them the reason of why they evac'd early. I'll give you the reason. Yep, COVID got him. Yeah, that was the answer I was looking for. Thank you so much, Yasuhiro. So lovely we have a version where it's like flamethrowers got him, and then you got 2 other piles right here. Uh-oh. About to say, that's starting to reset pretty hard. That's not what I want to see. Alright, yeah, for that I can do a bit of a longer barrier there. And then whatever I can do to add that section properly, we can. Do something like that. And then I can fold this in. Yeah, it's slightly longer on this end. It's just a zombie defense. let's reset our rotation, see what I get. Yeah, no, that needs another rotationary reset as well. Let's do 0. Okay, so now I need to do... Let's do 3. Let's do 4. That means this is gonna need like 8 or 9. Let's try 6 to start. Yeah, the grass is super tall here. That's my one issue. So I kind of blend in with it, you know? Yeah, righto, Black Shadow. Welcome. We're just doing some stuff. But hope you keep enjoying it, man. Is this Cherno? No, this is Essaker. OFCRA did their PvP today, too, so... This is bodies that... How do I put it? It's a mix. So... How do I put it? I'm trying to make it... Can't even explain it. Yeah, we're still having floating issues on the side again. These will be corrected. It's a mix of bodies that they were starting to bury and also more that ran up into the positions that they were burying. So it's a big mix of what I got. I mean, let's look over at what I even have in terms of bodies. Doesn't even tell me. Let's try dead. There, so you got some books. You have some dead chickens and stuff. Oh, fluffers, no! That's essentially what you get. I mean, it might be better just to do piles, but at the same time, it's difficult. So let's just check these individual areas here. We do see some floating. I don't mind showing them as partially buried as well. Because, you know, we do have some piles over here, and that's where I'm going to put more piles down just to show they kind of fought till the choppers tried to take off, but something had to have wrecked these choppers, so we are going to leave some of the piles down in the area here. Also, I think I'm going to notably say that there's no bodies up here. Maybe I'll put like 1 or 2 piles, but like they were just coming from all sides, but this is also to kind of help show that this originated from the south. Just by noting the density of the bodies as well. I think that would be a nice little hint there too. So let's put a few piles of dead here. Let's do a -4 rotation. And not give it a syntax error. That'll crash the editor. Thank you. Let's type dead in there. Yeah, so I have 2 piles because one's burnt, one's not. And if I just do ground mode, collision mode as well, I feel like that. Let me look at that real quick. Does that just auto clip you to the ground? Because that would be nice. Kind of. You're actually still kind of floating. Okay, well, let's turn collision mode off then. We can just sink you. Yeah, magnetic mode doesn't... That's why it's always best to kind of freehand this. I don't think... I want to find a decal on the ground that acts as a grass cutter. Because what I like about the helipad, for example... Even though it counted as a... Okay, no. Hold up. That was the wrong decal. Yeah. Builder decal will have the mod loaded is because it cuts the freaking grass with it, but I can't find anything else that cuts the damn grass with it. But that's just probably because I haven't found it yet. I mean, this is all new to me, so. Do you know the Great Wall of China bodies buried beneath it? Yes, I actually knew that, fun fact. So I'm thinking, though, if I just have this on magnetic mode and then I toggle it off of magnetic mode, it'll automatically hug the ground. And then I can just turn that off and then lower it to the level I want. And we can try to do that to save time. But, I mean, it's a pile of bodies, so it doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, the MI8 though, I can put a pile of bodies back here. And they can all be charred as well. Oh, sweet mama. They just couldn't take off in time. You can kill zombies relatively easily with your fists, so that's fine. Yeah, I think that's good. All right, so that's that one made. Let's just have a quick look-see at some of the piles here and whatnot. All right, slight float right there. Let's correct these as we find them. So honestly, for this one, let's just find the accurate thing that lets it rotate. I mean, that should be... Yeah, okay, it's a slight float. Oh. What'd I do? What'd I do? No! My pile! My pile! What have I done? What did I just do? Did that just... What did I do? I don't know what all these configs... I don't know what these buttons do yet. Are you hidden? It ate the wall, though. The wall is no longer with us. The wall has been destroyed. That's funny, though. It's okay. The wall never really needed to exist. I just have to be careful with my button configs. That's all. Let's adjust that to 3. 4 will work. It's fine. And then raise her slightly. Give her a slight 2-degree pitch correction. How are we looking now? Better. I feel like that wall actually has been missing for a while, and I'm only noticing it now. But yeah, you can just walk over the little piles of bodies. You can note all the dead people back here. Oh, there is some static from the fact that I live near a freaking airbase. Who knows? I just don't want to put any bodies in the chopper itself because of, stuff. Brilliant. All right. And then there's, again, some other effects I want to add when I start incorporating the lore to all these positions. But, yeah, no, that is good for what I want it to be. So I think the next thing I need to do is just send what I have here to Frost and then look at what he has the perimeter wall with, because I don't want to start building stuff outside and then find out it's outside of the perimeter wall. So I think that's just the next step that I need to do logically. Because we have to, after that, there's a few custom areas I need to build. Then I need to send him all the lore documentation. He needs to copy and paste that into some lore documents and then add those to the drop table. And then we need to test the drop table. There's one more thing I want to check real quick. It says single player, which is scaring me. And I think these are meant to be, like, set points. But hypothetically, I don't think, like, we have to code these, but... Real quick, because I'm worried this will break my game. Let's save beforehand. So I'm not sure if this will execute the way I want it to. All right, let's go. Yep. So they're teleporting to pre-area coordinates, which is quite interesting. I have no idea, but I think it's somewhere in the top left in the area that's debugged. But yeah, no, so those are So does H just undo the last thing? Because I know it just completely hides you. Oh, God. I can't delete you. There we go. So it makes me wonder if there's a hidden wall right there and I just screwed up, but that's fine. Yeah, so these are fun. We just have to, I guess, edit its stuff, or it'll teleport. Well, we'll see. That's something we're working on. All right, but yeah, that is all I want to show because, again, we're going to build some hidden areas, but now I need to reconvene with Frost and have his perimeter wall forged, but we should have this ready by next week, in all honesty. But yeah, no, it's just a look at the next DayZ build. So, back wall disappeared? Fuck me. I swear I know what I'm doing. It's all anomalies. They just got teleported. Making sure it didn't, like, fly out of the map or something. But yeah, no, it should be good. All right, let's go ahead and resave it. But yeah, no, that's all I've got for streaming tonight. We'll be back tomorrow for Friday Night Fights. So thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers. And have a good one. What are you? Oh, you're a dead pile body. Wah!